Please don't forget subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified of new daily videos.
Subject: Mill declares herself my daughter's art mentor and party planner. Am I overreacting? Hi Reddit, I'm reaching out because I feel like I'm losing my mind. My daughter, Casey, just turned 10, and what should have been a joyful celebration has devolved into a full-blown war of attrition with my mother-in-law, Geraldine. Every time I see her name pop up on my phone, my stomach drops. My heart pounds when she pulls into the driveway, and the thought of an upcoming visit just sends me into a funk that takes days to shake off. I need some outside perspective before I completely melt down and say something I regret to my husband, Preston. Things weren't always this bad. When Preston and I first got together, Geraldine was all smiles and compliments. I genuinely thought she was a sweet, if a little effusive, woman who was thrilled for her son. 6 years in, and especially over the last couple, it feels like it's all a performance. The sweetness feels saccharine, and the compliments ring hollow. The current escalation started around Casey's 10th birthday. Casey is a talented little artist, and for her party, I planned a small, intimate gathering at a local art studio, a perfect fit for her. We sent out the invites, and everything was set. A week later, Preston gets a call from his cousin asking if we knew about the other party Geraldine was planning. Turns out, Mill thought the art studio was too small and tacky for such a milestone birthday. Without consulting us, she sent out her own invitations for a huge, elaborate party at her country club. She told guests it was a surprise celebration from her. When I confronted her, she just batted her eyelashes and said she just wanted Casey to have the best, implying my party wasn't good enough. It felt like she completely hijacked Casey's birthday. This is just the tip of the iceberg, though. Geraldine has a pattern of boundary-stomping. Art mentoring. Casey loves to paint. Preston and I actively encourage it. Geraldine decided she needed to be Casey's primary art mentor. She declared she'd buy all the proper supplies and teach Casey real art techniques. Completely dismissing my own background in art, I paint as a serious hobby, and Casey's current wonderful art teacher. School trips. I'd volunteered to chaperone Casey's upcoming school field trip. Geraldine, unprompted, called the school and insisted she be the chaperone instead, telling them my freelance graphic design job meant I had more flexible time anyway. When I protested, she played the "I just want to be involved" card. Sleepover sabotage. When Casey has sleepovers at Geraldine's house, which I limit now, Geraldine routinely ignores our strict bedtime and screen time rules, letting Casey stay up until midnight watching movies and giving her sugary snacks. When Preston gently brought it up, she burst into tears, claiming she was just making memories, and didn't realize the rules were so serious, despite us having discussed them multiple times. Prepared for visits. For Casey's birthday, even after the country club fiasco, Geraldine bought a massive, expensive art easel and an elaborate crafting station for her house. We already have a dedicated art nook for Casey at our place. When I suggested it was unnecessary, Geraldine acted deeply wounded, saying she just wanted to be prepared for Casey's visits and make sure she had everything she needed there. The school play. Casey had her first big role in the school play a few months ago. Geraldine not only invited half her bridge club and several distant relatives, filling up seats we wanted for closer family friends. She then proceeded to post endless photos and videos on social media, bragging about Casey's performance before Preston, or I even had a chance to. She even tried to step on stage during the final bow to help Casey wave. Party interruption. At the actual art studio birthday party I'd planned, while I was organizing games, Geraldine just grabbed Casey and 2 of her friends and announced she was taking them to the nearby toy store to buy more substantial party favors than my carefully chosen ones. She didn't ask, she just left. I was frantic when I realized they were gone. She returned with Casey beaming, laden with new toys, completely oblivious to my distress. The final straw this past weekend, still at Casey's party, was when Casey was proudly showing a small painting she'd made as a thank you gift for her art teacher, Ms. Anya. Geraldine saw this and, loud enough for several parents to hear, exclaimed, "Oh, so Ms. Anya gets a special painting, but Grandma gets nothing. I'm the one who bought all the real art supplies for her at my house." I could feel my blood pressure rising. Preston saw it too and quietly offered to talk to his mom. I shook my head, deciding I needed to address this myself. Later, when things had quieted down, I pulled Geraldine aside. I told her that comment was out of line and really hurtful. She immediately burst into tears, claiming she'd been feeling overlooked and that her old age was making her forgetful. She's a very active early 60s. She swore she didn't mean it that way. I knew it was crocodile tears, but for Casey's sake, I just said okay and walked away. I hoped, desperately, that confronting her, even mildly, would signal that I'm not afraid to call her out. Fast forward to now. Casey wants to enter a junior art competition at the local gallery. Preston and I are so excited for her. Geraldine, however, has started calling and texting me almost daily, criticizing the competition rules as childish and the local judges as amateurs. She's now declared that she will be coming to our house every Friday after school to mentor Casey for the competition, saying I'm not doing enough to foster Casey's true talent. I never agreed to this. I'm at my breaking point. Am I overreacting? Is this just a loving grandma who wants to be involved, or is she trying to completely erase me from my daughter's life? How do I even approach this with Preston without sounding like I hate his mother? Any advice is appreciated. Common advice summary. Readers advised Vicky to establish firm boundaries with Geraldine, emphasizing that her daughter's well-being and her own peace of mind should be the priority. Many suggested that Preston needs to step up and present a united front with Vicky against his mother's overbearing behavior. User Boundary Boss Babe said, OMG, you are absolutely not overreacting. Geraldine is completely out of line. She's not just involved. She's trying to replace you as the primary parental figure and completely disregard your wishes. Preston needs to grow a spine and shut this down. You two are a united front, not just a suggestion box for Mill. No is a complete sentence. No more explanations, no more justifications. She gets the message when you enforce the boundaries. User Been There Done That Mill said, this is so familiar it hurts. My Mill used to do similar things, especially with buying a duplicate of everything for her house. What worked for us was your house, your rules. If she wants to take Casey to her house for mentoring, she can do it on her time and her dime, but you control what happens in your home and during your scheduled activities. And for future events, information diet. She doesn't need to know the details of Casey's competition until you're ready. User Grandma Lover 22 said, it sounds like Geraldine just really loves Casey and wants to be a big part of her life. Maybe she's just a bit over-enthusiastic. Have you tried giving her a specific role that she can own, that doesn't conflict with your plans, so she feels useful? Sometimes people just want to feel needed.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button to like it. And please do subscribe to support the channel.